everybody knows about the great cultural, natural, agriculture, and socioeconomic importance, and the importance for the Mediterranean countries as a crop. Although the problem is that diversity is reduced, especially in intensive olive orchards, and production is affected by climate change. This is obviously more obvious now the last 3 years with the problems that all olive producing countries in Mediterranean are facing because of dry weather and lost production. So in our project, we aim to develop green infrastructure and supporting sustainable farming methods in olive orchards. So, our project is a national one. It takes place in Crete, in South Crete in Greece. And first of all, what is green infrastructure? It's already was mentioned before about citrus orchards. It's a holistic method, so that includes sustainable farming methods. It's methods that are used in olive production anyway, but they are ecologized. So important is the soil management and the management of the ground floor and of the spontaneous vegetation in the olive orchards. Additional to this, these methods are related to the nutrient management, the fertilizer, the inputs used, not only fertilizers, but also plant protection products, because they affect diversity of fauna. And also is important in irrigated olive orchards, the water management and the canopy management for the canopy fauna of the olive orchards. So we have designed in this project farming practices, developed them and applied them in 30 pilot olive orchards. Now, except the farming practices, there are some simple technologies, but they are quite important for the flora and fauna diversity. And these are related to planting flora species in the olive orchards, such as aromatic plants or native trees or fruit-bearing trees that in the hedgerows of in the edges of the olive orchards, establishing stone refugia for lizards, snakes, and so on, and brush piles. And also, it's important for the olive orchards and for the fauna, the water resources, like having water ponds. So we use these techniques and these simple technologies that included in the green infrastructure. And then the aim is actually to create high natural value olive orchards. In order to connect habitats in the landscape and to support biodiversity of flora and fauna, and with these to increase agroecosystem services of olive orchards, such as biodiversity, the soil fertility, the increase of beneficial populations, and to fix carbon that contributes to adverse climate change. Now, for the results we have from our project. In our project, in these 30 pilot olive orchards, we plant more than 500 plants, trees, and fruit-bearing trees. And we create, as mentioned, stone refugia, brush piles, and water ponds. We have documented more than 270 flora species, 18 snail species, 9 mammal species, reptile species, and arthropod ducks with a high number of different species. I hope it moves on, but the presentation will be distributed and everybody will be able to see it. And so we also monitor, except different fauna and flora species, we monitor the ecosystem services, the agroecosystem services. For example, in olive orchards, we have of our network, we have more than different edible flora species that are used for as a food, and we have also different predators and parasitoids that feed on the pest of the olive tree and mostly the olive fly. And also we have different legume species that provide and fix nitrogen in the olive orchard. Now, regarding the results, we have reduced synthetic chemical inputs with the use of green infrastructure. We have developed also a certification standard for olive products produced in orchard with green infrastructure. And also because olive orchards in many areas are related to, in these areas, there's the tourism activity. We have developed a tourist package that incorporates green infrastructure, oliviculture, and biodiversity. And we have also developed a standard for certified olive orchards with green infrastructure. Now, as conclusions, we can conclude that green infrastructure conserves biodiversity, of course, but is leading also to olive orchard that provides maximum olive agroecosystem services. And also green infrastructure relates to the adaptation, the mitigation of the climate change and the adaptation to extreme weather conditions of the olive orchards through the overall orchard biodiversity, the use of plant covers, and the application of the sustainable farming practice that lead to increased carbon absorption and reduction of gas emissions. With this, I would like to conclude the presentation, and I would like to thank you for your attention. I'm sorry for not the slide, this problem. And I would like to thank the olive oil growers participating and supporting the project team. And for further information, you can send me an email. I will send the presentation. There's in the project webpage or the Facebook account, there's information. And also there's a short video of the presentation of the project. Thank you very much.